What's up, everyone? This is Soul with a mid-weekly video. We're actually at the start of this raid week, but there's some big news that I wanted to talk about that really just couldn't wait until Saturday. So if you don't mind, hit the like button, subscribe for more of this coverage, and let's just get right to it. One of the big things that we had really hyped ourselves up over is the idea that we would be able to fly with our dragons or other kinds of mounts with dragon riding in the old world, which could be very, very cool. We had learned that there was going to be like this kind of racing over in Kalimdor, and well, we've seen all sorts of stuff. We've seen some data mining and other supporting things that strongly suggest that we're going to have that feature available at some point. But now we're learning something new. Let's go over this post from the WoW team. Hello, Dragon Riders. Later this week, we'll be testing the Kalimdor Cup. Head over to the Holiday Enthusiast outside Valdraken's Bank to pick up the initial quest. The Kalimdor Cup is a limited time event where dragon riding races will be available in Kalimdor. You'll ride a special mount exclusively during these races. As the riders of Azeroth are still learning about dragon riding, you'll use standard flight between races. You'll be able to test out the initial quest, try out all 16 races across Kalimdor in normal, advanced, and reverse variations, and turn in Riders of Azeroth badges to Mazra for rewards. And we've seen that there's a number of cosmetic rewards. Please share the general feedback, so on and so forth. So this is kind of a letdown compared to the hype that we had from just the other week. And at first I was really hyped about it too. And then as people started to talk about what sort of information was coming from the data mining, I started to kind of walk it back and be like, hey, you know what? There might be a catch. There might be some sort of limitation. And unfortunately, this is it. Now, we don't want to dismiss the data mining that has been done. We've seen many different kinds of mounts be observed as, hey, this thing is able to become a dragon riding mount and so on and so forth. So I do apologize that people might have felt like a little bit misled there. I do want to point out too that there are a good number of mounts that just have not been made available. These kinds of mounts, the Wilder Drakes, there are no this is basically like the same skeleton as a wyvern or a wyvern mount. We haven't seen any variation or any dragons that look like these that are going to be dragon rideable. Same thing goes for the Slither Drakes, like Cloud Serpents. They're not available. They're not eligible to become dragon riding mounts, although I think those probably won't be at all because they don't have wings, and they probably would look kind of funny trying to do dragon riding stuff without wings, without having those sorts of animations. So it's still pretty unfortunate that it's not going to turn out that way, at least at the moment. But if we look at the words and try to read between them, obviously limited time event kind of sucks. Riding the mount only during these races, that kind of sucks too, because that has nothing to do with what has been data mined so far. But this phrase kind of helps to reassure me a little bit. As the riders of Azeroth are still learning about dragon riding, you're going to use standard flight between races. So I have a feeling that by the time that we get through this season, which could be anywhere between August or so and maybe September, we're probably going to have dragon riding out in the old world with any number of these mounts. But I also want to, again, kind of curb these, not set expectations too high as I had done before. Maybe we still won't be able to dragon ride in the old world, but maybe we'll be able to take our other mounts and dragon ride over in the Dragon Isles. So I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about that, because at least for now, that's where we're at. The other big thing that I wanted to cover was this right here. Now, this is on the classic WoW side, and not everyone's very interested in that, but this is a big deal. The Wrath Classic is going to get the WoW token. From reports, people have been saying that it's starting at 10,000 gold if you wanted to just buy the token with gold, and so boom, you get WoW time. And WoW time is WoW time. So if you happen to have a ton of gold over on the classic side, you'll be able to use that. And then of course that game time is going to be valid for, whether you're playing Wrath Classic or Dragonflight or BC or whatever, all that stuff is going to work. Learning that it's going to cost 10,000 gold, one thought that had come to mind was back when Warlords of Draenor, during Warlords of Draenor days, that was when the WoW token became a thing. And back then, with all the garrison money that we were able to get, it started at about 10,000 gold back then too. I just find it surprising that it's starting at 10,000 gold and we're only playing through like Wrath of the Lich King stuff. So it just kind of like baffles me that at least with that starting number, it kind of goes to show that, you know, there's some confidence that there's that much gold already circulating in the market somewhere. Now, if I might be incorrect here because I haven't really played through WoW Classic. Maybe there's not that much gold circulating through, and so maybe that price will go down. That could very well be a thing. But the fact that it's starting at 10,000, it's like, wow. As for my thoughts on it personally, I think it's a good thing. Overall, I think this is a good thing because it helps to curb like the crazy amount of botting that's been happening over on Classic Realms from for the purpose of just getting gold and then selling it on gray market sites. This is something that's going to, just like how it is over in Dragonflight and in modern WoW, it doesn't exactly like kill off all sense of real money transactions for getting gold, but it really puts like a big dent in the momentum that botters like used to have. So I would at least like to predict that we're going to see fewer of those bots going around and doing instance runs. But I'd love to know what you guys think about that too, because I think that's going to be a huge thing for the game overall, and you know, for the long term. And that's pretty much all I got right now. So I'd love to hear what you guys think about this kind of format of just doing like little bits of news and inviting folks for a conversation to see what you guys think. And that's going to be it for me. So I hope you guys have a great rest of the thing. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.